Welcome back to another episode of It Depends, I Guess podcast. Today we resume Ali's extraordinary journey as he continues his quest towards Europe. To briefly recap part 1, Ali embarked on a bold journey, commencing from the Gambia and making his way through Senegal, where he encountered scams and then transversed through Mali and Burkina Faso and faced formidable challenges of the Sahara in Niger and Algeria. As we continue into this episode, we find Ali confronting an unimaginable challenge in Libya. He's been kidnapped. If you haven't tuned into part 1 yet, we highly recommend catching up before immersing yourself in this continuation. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get on to part 2.
Gadames, though, that's where I get kidnapped in Libya, because everyone else, you pay money, you go. I didn't come with money.
Yeah.
I was going with the same thing of working and going.
Yeah.
So I get kidnapped. The man was like, you have to come to my place and work. The guy was having like big trip of sand down there, and he have to put it at the Twitter stock, so which is the second level on top. He's building like a story building.
Yeah.
So it was like the second floor, and I had to carry it up there. So with your bucket, you hoop it here, climb the stairs and come.
Yeah.
It's like you are not doing nothing. Like you hoop the sand, just go back for normal again.
Whoa.
Before you even touch the help, and after work, I should be inside one of his spare rooms. This is like a movie, but it was that crazy in Libya.
Yeah.
Like, they don't treat you well. They don't treat you like a human being.
Yeah.
And you will hear them often say, like, we are not Africans. This is not Africa.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You always hear those kind of words, which I actually believe. I think it's not Africa, bro.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. And it was like that. So I end up working for that man, keep on going every day, like 2-3 breads. Like, they have this bread they call hoopsa, small one.
Yeah.
Well, it's tiny bread. You kind of find the kind of one in Coop too.
Yeah.
They give me like 3, so I'll have to check myself how to eat it.
So this is what he was feeding you.
Ah, yes. Water is
But
there.
you were working for free for him because you
For
didn't
him,
have the
because I
money.
did not money to pay to continue.
Yeah.
And he will not take that. He was like, now you have to go and work.
Yeah.
And I end up escaping this guy's place because I use one of the spoons, like this big spoon you used to cook.
Yeah.
And break the window and dodge out.
How long had you been at his?
Like just 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks, actually. 3 weeks, yeah. So I would say 3 weeks at this place. And every time, but he left me with a TV, which was very nice for him. He locked me up with a TV. He was like, you can watch TV.
But you're kidnapped.
And but you cannot leave, So he locked me out every time,
Yeah.
And it was weird because I don't know anything about Libya back then. So I knew I could have escaped even from the start. But my thought was like, if I escape, which direction should I head to?
Where are you going to?
where
What's
are you
happening?
going to?
Because now coming out of the house is not a problem. I could break the whole place. If I want to. Even through the ceiling, I could just take the escape and go out. But where would I go? That was most of the thing. And the most people over there, they get filled in a truck and just sent to Tripoli, which is the capital of Libya.
Yeah.
They are making their way there.
Yeah.
So I would be one that wouldn't know the place.
Yeah.
But after 2-3 weeks like this, I was tired of it anyway. I was like, let me just take my
Let me
chances.
figure it out.
Yeah.
I came out, and guess what? After just 1 hour in the street, I found like some brothers are walking down the street.
Yeah.
They're like Nigerians, not Nigeria, but Niger.
Yeah.
So like they were there, and they was like, start speaking with them a little bit.
Yeah.
I need help, whatever it is. And I could not even believe it. They took me to that place, feed me, put money together so that I could leave that place. Because I told them I was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And I heard them saying, halas, man, like it's done. He'll kill you even he catch you, kind of thing. And I knew that's what they were saying. They were telling me like, it's bad. When he see you, he's going to kill you. Whatever. You break his window.
Yeah.
Like, halas,
Yeah.
I was getting more scared.
Yeah.
And then they understood that they could not even leave me there like that because it's going to cause them problems.
Yeah.
And maybe sooner enough, the man will get the idea that he's black. He must just run to one of these black houses, which is not many over there.
Yeah.
So they knew they have to get rid of me as such, but they cannot just throw me out anyhow.
Yeah.
So they end up deciding putting money together and just send me out. And just get me a taxi to take me straight to Tripoli. That's how I reached there after getting kidnapped, for like 3 weeks. I come to Tripoli. Now I start seeing similar faces because Tripoli was filled with Gambians.
Okay.
So it's easy for me to relate. I have many people who can give me insights like this, You want to walk, you go here, you go there. And in Libya, that's where the mess started. in Libya, not only women are raped, men are raped.
Oh, Libya is
very well. You see these junks of Arabic girls, like 2-3 of them hire you, and we know it's gonna be a rape when they choose who to hire. Because usually they will come because we stand in the middle of the street looking for work.
Yeah.
We call it sukul in their language. Sukul. When a car lowers down, we go sukul. Take me. We fight because we want the contract. And when they start choosing for the big muscular guys, you know, I was not raped that much because I was skinny still, more skinnier than I am today.
Yeah.
So they will not take me, you know. So they usually choose the guys, the big ones, and go. And when they come back, you can just. We laugh about it back then.
Yeah.
But it was that bad that men will be forced to sleep with 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they will be forced to drink some stuff to have energy for it.
Yeah.
Or to sleep with this women.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's the women
and
raping the men.
Yes.
Yeah.
And God save you. You say no. They will shout that you raped them, which is death.
Oh.
So dealing with the men at some point was easier somehow. The women don't do it though that often, to be honest.
Yeah.
But dealing with a man in Libya was way handleable, like dealable, than dealing with the woman.
Women, yeah.
Because with the woman, it's delicate. Even when they see you going to a woman's house whose husband is dead from the war, whatever, they think you are going there to do some, you know.
Yeah.
And the men are jealous.
Yes.
Or they are jealous.
Yeah.
They will start finding out, looking everywhere, what you doing there, you know, checking on you.
So even if you're going to like, you've been hired to like clean the house or do something,
Yes.
you have to be careful.
You
Like
have
you'd
to be
rather work for,
careful.
you'd rather
Work for a
a man
Yeah.
than
who can
work for a
actually not
woman.
pay you or beat you up or just shoot you in the leg, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's better because
Than-
once they get the excuse that you rape somebody, they will not care that if it's right or wrong.
Oh, yeah, they kill
Yeah.
you.
They have an excuse to kill you.
Yeah.
That's what matters. And
Yeah.
that was the point that we were trying to run away from.
Yeah.
It happens a bunch of time in Libya. You go and work, you don't get your money back. And if you get your money and you get sent out, you should thank God. That was the best situation among the worst ones.
Yeah.
Like you get sent out without getting paid.
Yeah.
But most of us will not get paid. Sometimes you work and they'll be like, you don't go home. You want money or you want bullet in your leg. They say it to you like this. Do you want a bullet in your leg? And they will not kill you in the head instantly. People died there just because of they were having wound and they cannot be treated.
And it's,
You
So
get
they
shot in
want-
the
they
leg.
want you to suffer.
Yeah. That's how they do it. Because they don't kill you like shoot you somewhere that they will kill you instantly.
Yeah.
They shoot you like give you pain for a lot of time. You cannot go to the hospital.
Yes.
They will not treat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot go to the police, which is like another kidnap
Yeah.
independently for yourself.
Yeah.
Things like that. So it was more like stuck with the boys. Most of us don't know anything to do with your body. You know, we just strap it.
Yeah. So it's an infection and things like that finish you. Yeah.
Throw some lime on it just
Yeah.
to do everything possible to heal. it all.
Yeah.
That was the kind of general term. And from now and then you see, and the wars have happened in front of us a couple of times. Like it was not like everyday war, but when the other side of what they call like I don't know the Sunnis and stuff come closer to Tripoli, which was controlled by the modern world kind of Libyans who wanted the freedom, alcohol, whatever it is, were in Libya, and the other people were from Benghazi, where Gaddafi actually originated from. So usually they come and attack them. You'll be hearing bomb like fireworks in Christmas.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And now you are sitting right under your roof, hoping that it's not gonna land.
Land.
right on
Yeah.
top of you,
Yeah.
which have happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
But luckily, I've never like the places I live never happened.
Yeah.
But you will wake up in the morning and just see like 100 meters away, it just fall there, like
Yeah.
that close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that bad. And yeah, that was it. Walking, knowing that you are not gonna be thinking, maybe you are not gonna be paid, thinking that you're gonna be shot, mistreated kind of thing, or kidnapped. Everything was possible. So you have to wake up every morning, just going forward, and not giving a damn of what could happen.
Yeah.
Because anything could happen. You
Yeah.
are there already. So, and entering Libya is easy. Going out of Libya is not. Yeah, to do back the desert and out, you have no trip to take you back.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
You have
only-
trip to take
it's
you in.
one way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going out almost
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it.
Yeah.
So it was that hard.
So in Libya, how long did you stay in Libya?
Yeah.
In Libya, I stayed like a year.
1 year?
1 year, 2 months
Yeah.
in Libya.
Yeah.
I stayed 1 year, 2 months
Yeah.
in Libya. And after a while, I ended up meeting a nice man who was actually living in the United States,
Yeah.
a Libyan man, old man,
Yeah.
but a very cool man.
Yeah.
But I think because due to the fact that he traveled, he see different.
Yeah, he has
He
a
was
different
open.
perspective. Yeah.
And he liked to speak English with
Yeah.
me. And he was like, yeah, they are ignorant, don't mind. So he took me to his place. His kids, though, were having guns like toys.
Guns.
Like he have twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were having guns everywhere, and they were playing with us, because they know we're black people, we are scared of guns.
Oh my God.
And they
So
usually come
they
they will come without the bullet in it. I was like, the cock, and then we'll be peeing ourselves that place.
my
But they do it as a joke for
Yeah.
those boys. And they used to play with us with this way every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I worked for this man for a long time. I worked for his sons. His sons, though, are like young boys. So they don't pay sometimes, but I was not mad at it.
Yeah.
Because we eat at their place, we sleep at their place, and it was good.
There's some sense of safety.
Yes, sense of safety. It was like a protection from them.
Yeah.
And they were wild because these twins were both military men. So like they have an arsenal of all kind of weapons.
Yeah.
And Libya, they had the system after the war broke out. Every big family, those are the families that they are most feared.
Okay.
The most feared family
Yeah.
are the families in numbers. Because if you touch them, they get to come out with a bunch of guns. That's the idea.
Okay.
And these people have like
Yeah.
mounted guns, like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like these ones.
Yeah.
Big ones. Tried a couple of times to make us shoot kind of thing. Bro, like the trigger, I couldn't pull it. I was like, no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that crazy.
Yeah.
But then around that time too, that was the fact that you meet someone today, good time, you like the person.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you have to be the one to go and clean up the mess at the beach side to take up the body.
Oh.
When the trip destroyed and it's not far from Libya, the water brings you back.
Yeah.
And they will not touch that body. We have to go with the
Okay.
once alive.
So you're saying there were people now who were taking the boat now.
Oh, yes.
And
Not
if
make-
if they don't make it and their body washes back,
yes.
now they call you.
They go to the street where we usually go and stand to look for work and tell you
They
work.
call you.
They tell you work.
And wasn't it that very scary because you're thinking this is the
This
trip
is the
I'm
journey
gonna
I'm gonna
make.
take.
Yes. It was scary.
Yeah.
But this is the crazy part of it because everything was scary.
Yeah.
But you feel fear. I get to find out when you feel fear at some extent, you don't feel fear anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. I was traumatized at some point.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes we know each other personally. Sometimes we talk. You guys see me like just do some weird thing, and I don't give a damn about it.
Yeah.
That's the persona I have to develop.
Yeah.
Persona, all of this stuff
To deal with all
this
the
because
trauma
you
you've
are
seen.
surrounded.
Yeah.
Which bad things happening
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
And you cannot be sensible to every one of it because you will end up just being in trouble.
Yeah.
So you end up developing this persona of like just man, it's life. It's you meet someone 2-3 days later, washed up, you go there, pick the bodies, they put them in the car, drive you to the desert, dig a hole, throw the bodies, say a prayer.
So they bury the bodies in the desert.
Yeah. That was like not the desert like the one we left behind, but this is like an empty. Libya is a desert
It's
itself.
also a desert itself.
Yeah, but Gaddafi just brought up the river, man-made river, the biggest one. He made it. So there are places that are good, but still there are still lands that are not.
Yeah.
They take you to open places. You dig a hole.
And so sometimes these are bodies of people you've known.
Yeah.
You knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. And there are still people that I cannot even tell their parents that I saw their kids in Gambia, which I do.
Yeah.
Because it was that hard. Because I don't know how to tell you that. Like I wanted to. I know now most of them actually knew that they are not alive.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go into detail of telling them how it happened, what happened, how they were. Like I don't want to give them that horror.
Yeah.
Of the things I experienced. So I just spared them. I was just like, I saw him in Libya one time,
Yeah.
cool, but it happens. People
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
I keep it that way, very simple.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Yeah.
And
so just timeline wise, so you left, how long did it take for you once you left Gambia
Yeah.
to make it to Libya? How long was that?
I have like 2 years, 6 months.
2 years.
Make it
6
to-
to Libya.
to make it to Libya.
To Italy.
Okay.
Okay, but just to Libya, was that?
To Libya, I almost spent like 1 year before actually getting to Libya.
So it was a year to get
Libya.
Something before I even getting to
And
Libya.
when you were leaving Gambia,
Yeah.
in your naive mind, how long did you think it took?
Imagine me, like I was calculating something like 2 weeks.
Oh,
Because you should have seen me trying to be smart. Like I was going more like this in the map, because that was a tiny map we have our house.
Yeah.
And I took them. I was like, so if I live here, one day I should pass here.
Yeah.
And altogether, I calculated 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, but I forgot about that plan. Like as soon as I left Gambia, I was like, That plan is gone.
And it took you a year and
here, like 2-3 months before I even make it to Libya.
To Libya. And then in Libya, you spent
another like
year.
1 year, like let's say I made a year, but a year like 6 in Libya. Yeah, I would not get it all in, but if you put it all together, I remember knowing that I have spent almost 1 year just to make it to Libya, and in Libya I did 1 year 6 months itself. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So it was like that.
Okay.
All right. It was that hard to deal with.
Okay, so then now you're in, you're having to go see what sometimes this boat trip can look like.
Yeah.
But for the boats, how much was it? Because again, I assume you're in Libya working to make enough money to get on the boat.
It was like 1,000 dinars, which is equivalent to $1,000.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Okay, so you're working to make $1,000.
$1,000 in Libya, but because of the currency was good back then, you could just, making the money. You get paid by a day, like 20 dinars. So you have to know how to put money together. So that you can make it out as soon as possible. And keep in mind that it was that bad to go through the water to the sea, but it was even worse to stay in Libya.
Okay.
Yeah. So people will actually be like, just, I don't care what will happen to me in the water, whatever it is. I just want to leave this place because the maltreatment was kind of like traumatizing for most Africans. And the worst part of it is like none of us expect those kind of stuff before we reach there.
Oh, because you're like, it's another African country.
It's another African country.
So,
worst case is they're going to ask you for money. They don't want your money.
And worst case language is different. But you're not
in Libya, it was not more like money. It was more like you are a resource. You are kind of like a slave and you get to accept that.
Yeah. What language do they speak in Libya? Like
they speak kind of like a broken Arabic. They have their own language. But generally, they speak Arabic.
Okay.
They speak Arabic, but they have their own language.
Yeah. Did you pick up the language?
I pick up some words. Mirigla, which is more like a city called Mirigla. I told you before, but there is a Mirigla like hello, Kritsi, or how are you? Good day, kind of thing. Yeah, they have that. They call sukul, which is like walk. They say a couple of words.
Okay.
And before that, I knew some 1 or 2 words in Africa from Arabic because I'm from a Muslim background.
Yeah. So this was
Sukran, my smoker, things like that was your name, kind of thing. So I get to know those few words and just to get to chop them together to make sense. But I don't speak Arabic myself.
So then how did you the decision to now, is it that you pick, I assume there's multiple people who are doing the boat thing. Is it that you research and you're like, okay, those people seem to have a better track record of making it? Or is it just once I hit 1,000, whoever is there, I'm out?
Now that's how it gets tricky because you don't get in contact with the Libyan guy who's going to put you in the boat anyway. You get in contact because these Libyans do also hire some Africans to deal with us.
So there's a middleman.
Middleman. So those are the agents, we call them, the coxswain again. So like you see a Gambian who can speak Arabic kind of thing, get to work with one Libyan. The Libyan will charge, let's say, 500 dinars to push people. He will make 1,000. That's how it reached that high. He will make 1,000. And these people are not planning to cross most of the time. They are making a
killing
money from there. Like $500 per person extra for you. And you have a trip of 100 and something thousand people. 120 people or 150. They are making money. So that's what used to happen. They call them the agents. So they come and usually they can actually pay for you if you don't have cash. But you will actually give them land back home.
What?
Some people trade their lands. Some people trade their cars. Some people trade everything
so
back home.
Where you're coming from?
Yeah, back home so that they could just make it in the boat to cross, which you don't even know you're going to make it.
So people, so hold on. So if you're going to give them land or things like that, is it that people know this? So they came to Libya with like title deeds? Like what?
It was like, as a Gambian, if I go and want to cross the sea, the first thing that will come to mind is to look for Gambian agent.
Yes. So
they
have the connection.
They knew that kind of stuff. They knew the first people we're going to relate to is the people who come from our country. And these people are ready. They already have money saved here. They already have money back home. These agents I'm talking about. And then if you say like, I don't have money, but you have like 100 by 100 square meter land back home. Can I give it to you to cross? And it's like, you can give it to me. And then they send their people back home to go and check the land.
So they do have other agents who are working for them back in these countries.
Too, because these are Gambians too.
Oh, yes.
These are Gambians.
Oh, man.
So they get to like get your land and then put you in there and just go.
And so they do the whole land transfer thing. Once it's done, then
once it's done, then you are part of the trip.
Wow.
Yeah. Now you just have to sit and wait the trip to get full, and then you will be pushed.
Yeah.
I myself in Libya, I happened to work because I told you I was living at this man's place, which a friend actually brought me to that man's house. CD. He's now in Germany. I was working, so I was getting paid, and I was not spending my money on food because the man was
you're staying.
I was not paying rent because the man was hosting.
Yeah.
So for me, at back around like after I did like let's say 7 months, things started getting good for me in Libya because I met this man. So I happened to put like 700 dinars, only 300 missing. I end up meeting a guy who's an agent, who is a childhood friend of mine. He's 2-3 years older than me, but we rock the street together. We played Sunday footballs together. We go bat hunting with these catapult things together. This guy sold me out and took my 700 dinars.
What?
Yeah, and guess what? I met him in Gambia. It was very funny to see him, but he's not doing well, so I did not get to beat him. I beat his ass. So
he took your
he took my money. They call him Abu Swaibu.
Yeah.
That was his real name actually. His real name was Mbo. We knew him, Mbo Ture. We grew up like our houses facing each other.
So he took your money.
Yes.
But then
this guy left Gambia a while ago before Libya thing happened to go to Mauritania to learn about the Quran. And that's where he was very fluent in Arabic and all this stuff. And he happened to go to Libya then. Yeah. And he was there even before the war broke out. Yeah. So he know about the country. So he was working with these Arab guys and stuff. Yeah. And I saw him, I was blushing, I was happy. Yeah. I was like, I met him, he's an agent, this is good, I'm gonna be too. It's like, don't worry, give me the 700, I'm gonna take you to a nice place. People usually depart from Tripoli, most of the times. He took me to a place called Zuala. Called Zuala. It's another kind of the coast. Yeah. But that place is actually closer.
Okay.
His trip actually depart from there. So they took me to Zuala. And he did not pay the Arabic guy his money. And we all know what that means.
Or you were never put on the boat?
Because he take the money from me. And his job was to give the Arabic guy his 500 dinars. The Arabic guy don't care how much you pay. Yeah. He just cared that his 500 is here so that he can put in his boat.
He didn't give him the 500.
He did not pass that money back to that guy, and he already took my money, which was something I was not expecting at all.
Yeah.
Especially because I knew him.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like I met a friend, you know.
Yeah.
And he took the money, sent me there. The guy took me to his place. Almost 500 people sitting down there because it was like divided into 3 trips, 500. And these boats are like, the one that you fill with air. So I did not come with these big boats. I came to Europe with one leg in the water, one leg in the boat. We sit in the edges like this. You sit, someone sitting behind you, you switch each other like this, and then they feel people in the downwards too. Whoa. And in the other edges too, they feel people. Yeah. So they make sure that a bunch of people will go so that they can make more profit from one boat. Yeah. And he took me there, did not pay the money back. And then this Arabic guy beat my ass to death, like daily. He come like, you don't pay? And it was not only me, because there was a couple of guys. Yeah. We all came from his group. Yeah. The one who come from him. We were getting our ass beat like all day long. Yeah. Like beating, sometimes punishment, no food for you because your man haven't paid, call. He don't speak good English, but he said the word so that you know what he's saying. Call. Me beat, me kill. You know, this kind of threats. So there, one day he just decided to throw us out because he had enough of us. And from Zwala, we don't know anyone again like there, but we still went out. Now comes another Ramadan.
So
the second Ramadan.
Yeah.
And then it was good again because I work, and this time I decided I have like 600. And one day I saw this Arabic guy who usually take people, in his car, driving. Yeah. And he was talking to some guys in the street. And I was like, I want to go, but I only have 600. He was like, I will take you. Yeah. This guy took my money, don't ask me my name, where I live, whatever, and drove off. In my head, you could imagine, I was like, wait, I'm so dumb.
You gave him the money.
I gave him the money.
And he didn't go with you.
So he did not even ask me where I live so that he can find me when the time comes to just take me or whatever. Nothing. Drove off and go. Like I was broken because that morning I make it through the Ramadan, and I know now Ramadan is almost done.
Yeah.
Back then, and I cannot make that fast money anymore.
Yeah.
So that was in my head. 2 weeks after work, coming back to the places we used to live. But now I'm not in Tripoli.
Yes,
So that privilege I used to have in Tripoli is gone.
Yeah.
Now I don't know anyone. I sleep with the boys in one small. Sometimes homeless. You sleep. Construction rooms and stuff. It was manageable. And he just came up like to this big place and was having a torch in his hand. Looking at people's face, and just come to me. I was like, "Hey, hiya."
Oh, so he found you.
He recognized me.
He remembered.
Yes.
Among all the people.
Like for me, that's a pure miracle.
That's a skill set.
That's a pure miracle.
He's done it so
And
many
guess
times.
what? I was the only one missing. Because all the other people he will have to take are already waiting at the seaside.
So he's just looking for you.
Yes. And he took me with his private car.
That's
I was
honest.
like, this is God telling you like it's not done. You know? He came over and just looked and said like, hiya. I did not eat the whole day because I was working. You know, sometimes the boys come out early, they cook, whatever. But that day I did not eat whatever, so I was, but because I was happy to go too, I was like, let's go. He just took me in. And because I pay him straight in his hand, I'm the first one to board the boat.
Oh.
He gave me that privilege. He's like, you're the first one.
Oh.
And back then I could actually ride a boat because I came from Guinea-Bissau. I drive boats. I could drive boats. Like the machine, I could start it, I could run it and everything. But I did not take the responsibility. There's another guy who was driving it, which is another kind of business.
So and now let me. So when they put you in this boat, it is up to you now to go. Is there somebody among a driver who's been given?
We choose a driver among us. Go in. And they teach you how to use the walkie-talkie.
Okay. Now,
how to send your coordinates.
This is also interesting to set context. Ali, you can't swim.
I can't.
So despite all, you would go live on boats for 3 days.
3 days in.
Even when you were fishing,
even when I was fishing, I cannot swim.
He can't swim. Isn't that odd?
In that the swimming time, like it was more like the mindset in Guinea-Bissau because I have some of the cousins that actually will just go in the middle of the sea. We just stop to take a rest. They will just jump in, take a quick swim, and then come back in. I never tried it because I know I would just be going down. I'm a rock. You drop me, I'm going. It was more like that. It was very clear to me. But at the beginning, I was scared because although my father is a fisherman, I was not exposed to the sea that often because my father wanted us to go to school, not to take the same fishing route.
Okay. So from early on at the young age,
I was the spoiled child. We were the spoiled generation of my father's. So those kind of stuff. So I cannot swim.
Okay.
But I actually learned how. I think my journey, my work in Guinea-Bissau contributed a lot on me being calm in the boat.
In the water.
Okay.
Because although people were crying all from the start to the end, ladies, kids, out in big men crying. Like you think men are strong until you see them shit themselves because they're scared. Like shouting, but I was just calm. I was like, calm down, whatever, trying to calm. And the other guy, there was 2-3 guys who were very calm too. And the one driving the boat.
So do they say, okay, you are a group of 50.
A group of 150, Jackie.
150.
You're 150. Does someone volunteer? I can drive a boat or
the thing is
steer a boat.
It works like this. If you can drive a boat, you get free ticket. Because then you are called the captain. And one of them, if you can if you know the coordinates, how to send coordinates and how to talk through this walkie-talkie thing to set signal so that you can be rescued, you also get free. But those people are provided by the agent, the one, like, let's say, for my example, the Gambian. Like, provide, I know this guy. He's a thing, he can drive a boat, whatever it is, free. And then go in. So you have to, but a bunch of people don't even know how to do it. They're just brave. They're just like, I can do it. It's just like this.
So now someone says they can drive a boat. So they're in there. And are they the same person who can use a walkie-talkie? They're a different person who's skilled in the walkie-talkie.
But that one they teach them like right before you even depart.
Okay.
It's like you go in after 2 hours or 4 hours of driving inside the water, you dial this number, they give you the paper and stuff like that. You call, and then you will get the coordinates, you will get signal.
And that signal now for the other
goes to the rescue boats.
To the rescue boats, because you're rescued from the water.
Yes, because you get rescued right in the middle of the sea.
It's not like you're going to a dock somewhere to park your boat and then...
No. We could have never make it to this Italian coast with those boats.
Because they're
These are like air
Of course, the air is going out.
yes.
We are already having link just 4 hours into the water.
Wait, how fast?
But it was not,
how
it was not
how
that
long?
bad.
How long?
We
We
should
spent
get
like
your pick.
7 hours kind of thing
Oh, Jesus.
before we got rescued, not before we reached the coast. And I'm saying Zuala is the closest side to the rescue side
Yeah.
than even Tripoli, which is the capital,
Yeah.
where most people depart from.
Yeah.
But we spent like 7 hours before we even see the boat coming.
So you depart,
Mm-hmm.
and departures usually are what, in the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night.
Okay.
In the
So it's
middle of the night.
darkness.
So it's like 3, 2, something like that. And then when it's dark, you go.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So wait. So you depart at what time do you depart?
We departed at 2:40 something. I remember exactly.
In the afternoon?
No, in the night.
in
yeah.
the night.
In the
Okay.
night, yeah.
Okay.
So it's just pitch black,
Pitch black.
and
Because
the
that's the
person
goal.
being told to drive the boat, you're just told just go in that direction.
Yes. For you,
Do you know if you're going left
they,
or right?
they give you like a compass.
Yes. Oh,
And tell
okay.
you like follow north kind of thing.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Yeah.
So
Keep
just-
going
So
in
you
north.
make sure that the boat always the compass while shaking stays in like straight pointing
Yes,
north.
yes.
Kind of like example, like
Yeah.
to go point north.
Yeah.
So once you see like the compass is going sideways, it means you have to turn a little bit. And so through the compass, the walkie-talkie, and then we could manage to just follow. But you don't see nothing in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just keep running.
And now in your 150, you
Mm.
say there's kids.
Kids, women, pregnant women, grown men, crippled ones from Libya, like people who experience bad
Yeah,
accidents because
yeah.
they walk without any kind of protection,
on that
kind of then
building
fall
site.
from a building,
Yeah.
broke their bones. Every kind of human being was there.
And
Sick
it's
people.
mostly black Africans.
All of us are black.
Okay.
Oh, there's no
All-
like
there
somebody
is
from northern
no-
part of
no
Africa.
one,
Okay.
almost from because the lightest people that joined this trip were the people from Eritrea. Yeah, from them the Libyans and the North Africans and stuff. They will take another kind of road. They have these big boats looking like
Yeah.
fishing boats. They go
Yeah.
with those ones.
Yeah.
But the ones that you put like air on it, like this,
Yeah.
those boats, and this was for us.
And there's no cover for sure. So
No,
we're
no,
not
no.
talking, it's just an
Eritreans.
us.
So there are some people who make the journey from, because I know from Kenya, this is not usually
Yeah.
the journey.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
usually not the experience.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say Eritrea, so it means it's people maybe also from
On the Somali coast,
Yes.
maybe?
Somali
coast.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Eritrean and stuff like they came through Egypt.
So,
So
there's
they
people
will
who
they
come
will take
that
from
way.
Eritrea,
Yeah.
they will come from the east coast of the
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
and just from Eritrea or Sudan, whatever. You have some Sudanese and some
Okay.
Eritrean,
Okay.
So there is
and they have like agent because they pay in dollar,
Mm.
so they will usually have someone to transport them from that place straight to Egypt, and from Egypt make the coast again
Coast
to
to the-
Libya.
to Libya.
Yeah, for them they do because they speak the Arabic. They could easily relate with
Okay,
North
okay.
Africa than us, the Western people. So for them it was kind of like they have clarity in what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like they could just navigate because they have people to work with.
Yeah.
And for us it was kind of different.
Okay, and then when you put on this boat, it's 7 hours. Do you unless it's individually you carry your own food? It's not like you're given here is some food you eat on the boat or whatever. It's just
Oh no. Only water because they tell you even not to eat before you enter the boat because he wants the weight.
Oh, the
like,
weight,
He
yeah.
starve you, like it's not like that.
Oh.
Oh, okay. This is the point I missed. The day he took me there to go there, like he gave us bread to eat that day, but we did not leave the same day. He starved us for like 2 days so that he can just take us in, so that the boat would be lighter.
lighter.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And you get feed on these hoops of bread
Yeah.
and water. He makes sure you don't eat heavy and stuff
Yeah.
like that so that you can just stay light.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that they usually do.
Okay.
So to keep you
And
light.
they just pump the boat. You
They
guys are
pumped it with gas or I don't know what they use actually. But you can tell. And we were actually having a leak just 4 hours into the water.
Yeah.
Like
It starts deflating.
And then people have to just squeeze it, put their fingers, clothes, and whatever it is to put on it to hold it. Not to get it was not that bad. And it does not just goes off like that fast.
yeah.
But if you leave it, it starts spreading the hole.
Yeah.
Because the force coming out is heavy. and people are sitting
the
on it.
force
Yes.
itself
So it just
widens.
open- yeah, it
So
widens
you have to
more.
hold
Yeah.
it too.
So you have to hold it. So
Yeah.
we have people like putting their fingers on it. When
Yeah.
someone is tired, someone else come and
Yeah.
take over.
Yeah.
That's how we walk through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We walk through that. Yeah.
Wow.
So how does now you're in the water for these 7 hours or
hours.
so? How does the rescue look like? And
We were rescued by some Hollandish rescue boat, because Holland, I think they have no sea, but because there was this treaty that all of these European countries have to come and help into rescuing refugees and stuff.
Okay.
So the Netherlands,
The Netherlands,
Holland,
were there
Yeah.
with their boat.
Yeah.
And we saw them around like after 6 hours of being in the water. Consider some people get lost for 2-3 days in the water, and that's how they die.
Yeah.
But we luckily for us, like we have like 6 hours, and they get our signal, and they told us to switch off the machine and just stay there.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Took us like 1 hour before we even see the boat coming from distance, because
Yeah.
the water is wide, it's
Yes,
open,
yes,
you see
yes.
nothing,
Yeah.
but you cannot even see what's coming.
Yeah.
Until some lady starts shouting, "I see a boat!"
Yeah.
Everyone just jumps out celebrating. So we have to even hold ourselves not to celebrate too much before.
Yeah, yeah.
The
You
boat
know,
upside
down,
Yeah.
yeah.
Before it just go upside down, and all
Yeah.
of us just get doomed. So we get still and wait for it. They came up. It's like, don't move, wait here. But because people are hazy, want to get out.
Yeah.
See people trying to jump to hold onto this net to climb up.
Yeah.
And luckily in our boat, no one died in that situation, but many people died from the rescue.
The rescue
during
process.
the
Just-
rescue
during the
process.
rescue, because they will just jump in, and because this is a big boat and the engine sometimes is running, the water keeps rolling. You fall in, you get twisted to the other side of the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, this kind of thing happens too. We got rescued and we stayed in that big ship for like a day, and then we got transported to Lampedusa, which is a small island in Italy. Yeah.
So even though it's the Netherlands ship that's there,
Yeah,
because
they
the
have to
target
take you
was
to
they have to take you to Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I guess now the involvement of the other countries is now because there's a Schengen region.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess when it was not, it was Italy, that's your problem,
Yeah.
or whoever country.
Yeah.
But I guess, now they
Doesn't matter if you
collectively
are
have-
rescued by the Germans, the French, whatever it is. You
The
just
processing.
you just go through Italy first.
Yeah.
There you give out your identification,
Yeah.
where you come from, your nationality, whatever.
Did you have on you? Were you guys told to carry your identification, your passport, or even
Nothing.
your
I
ID?
came almost naked. Like nothing in hand.
Yeah.
Like documents, no, you have to give them by voice. Like tell them I come from here.
Okay.
If you have proof, like any kind of digital phone, whatever,
Yeah.
to show them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most of us,
Yeah.
And this processing is happening on this island.
on this island, that's
Okay.
why they fought registered all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from Lampedusa, because it's a big refugee camp,
Yeah.
all of us are there.
Yeah.
And then from there, they choose which city have small, refugee camps to
Yeah.
distribute us within Sicily. So
Yeah.
we go to North Italy. So I got sent to Sicily. So it was a small city called Mazzara. Not small, it's a very beautiful city. Mazzara del Vallo. So I got there, and we were like 17 boys. Yeah, underage minors. We stayed in that place, had the opportunity to go to school, which was part of the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, get attention to talk to people who speak Italian, so you
Yeah.
get to learn first. And things that
Yeah.
work out really well, because
Yeah.
just 9 months into my time in Italy,
Yeah.
I get to be the translator of the people, same people I came up with the same day.
Oh.
I was working as a translator.
Oh, you learned
So
the
you
language.
picked Italian so
So quick.
that now you're translating.
That I was
for-
translating them for
Wow.
the day they have to go and do the audience, which is
Yeah.
they call audience, like go to
Yeah.
the court,
Yeah.
tell the judge why you decide to take this route to come here.
Yeah.
Before they give you issue a permit, they also know why you came. What are you here for? What is your reason and stuff? So usually they will need a translator, and I was doing this.
the
Yeah,
translate,
Yeah.
How was the treatment like when you landed in Lampedusa? Yeah.
The time I was learning Lampedusa, everyone around that area almost knew about the refugees coming
Yeah.
in. So
Yeah.
they did not like you. That was
Yeah.
not a secret. But they will not like what I witnessed in North Africa. They will not
They won't mistreat.
They
brutalize
want to-
you.
yeah,
They will
yeah.
not brutalize you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've witnessed European racism and North African racism.
Yeah.
I will 100 times go with the European racism.
Yeah.
I will go that and happily stay with it and sleep well.
Yeah.
The one I saw in North Africa is not like it's bad.
Extreme.
It's bad.
Yeah.
You see all sort of abuse or crime
Yeah.
happen towards
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah.
it was bad. They would just come like, they are coming here to steal our jobs. They are coming to here. Italians shout about it,
Yeah.
but they don't do nothing. They just shout about it and done. And and then we go to Sicily, and the city I was in, they were not that very used to seeing black people.
Yeah.
So we were like among the first black guys to arrive at that city. Oh, you should have seen kids see us and run away like this.
Yeah.
So dead. It's like, to the point that the first month I was so scared to go out because I was too scared to scare people. You know, I was too scared to scare them. So I just keep it like simple.
Yeah.
Until like the social workers came over, it's like you have to go. No, nevertheless, you have to go and integrate.
You have to integrate. Yeah.
You know, and I like seeing what people have in mind.
Yeah.
I was one of the first stubborn ones to go out and join a football team, and because I was going to school to learn about the language and stuff. I was speaking faster.
Okay.
And because I started having a little bit of friends. And it's getting even faster.
Yeah.
So me learning Italian, I didn't realize I was speaking good Italian back then. People just keep telling me, you are good. Why are you born here? You speak fluent Italian. Well, I was like, that. So it was that simple. And I ended up becoming like a translator in the camp. And then most of the time you have a contract to stay in the refugee camp for 2 years before they liberate you to become independent. So you can go and fetch for yourself, walk, whatever. If you get your paper, 2 years is the time to stay in the camp. I left there after 10 months because I was already working and they wanted me to have room for myself, contract, whatever. I couldn't stay in the refugee camp. So I was out. But I was coming back to the camp to work. So it was more like that. Yeah.
So your process for getting papers was fast tracked just because you picked up the language.
I picked up language that fast.
And you were working to benefit them.
Because actually I remember like one of the directors of the refugee camp I was staying in, he actually just made an appeal to the police station, like the commission, telling them like, this guy is good. He looks like a learn fast Italian. We will need him to work with him. To help me, like to tell them, like to speed up my process to get me the paper so that I could just work. And then they do it. I think after 9 months, I get my paper. I was working. 10 months, I was out, and things were going well.
And so, did you continue the entire time you're based in Italy? You were still working with them?
I was working as a translator, but then because I started getting called from the Carabinieri, because they have 3 sides of police. So they have Guardia di Finanza, Carabinieri, and Polizia.
What's Carabinieri and
Carabinieri are more like the drug lords. They deal with the mafia kind of thing.
So it's
a level of
police.
Level of police. And the Guardia di Finanza are dealing with finance, scammers with money, whatever. And the Polizia are just there for the normal folks.
Civilian
so
police.
Italian police force is divided into these 3 sectors. But nevertheless, they will have to encounter black people selling coke, weed, whatever. So I will have to come in as a translator to the court, to the police station. So they wanted me to, but because by then I was not qualified on the job, so there is no document to prove that I'm a translator. They sent me to school for 6 months to do the course. And paid by the Carabinieri themselves to learn about it. So I did it, passed, and then they gave me my diploma, which I still have. And I was working with them. So I was working 100% at the camp. But they will call me per call when they have a situation. And I will just,
Oh, wow.
I will come, picked up, drove there, do the job, drop back home. It was like that. And like that, I built myself I'm proud of it, a little empire in Italy because I get to make all of these big men. And some they like me. Sometimes they took me for coffee. If you know Sicilians, they are like one of the kindest people. If they don't know you, you will think they're the most racist people in the world. They will say like obvious racist things to your face, and they will not even realize. But once you get to know them, you know like they are the sweetest kind of people. They are good people. So like they like hosting people, inviting you for coffee. You can know them and make them laugh for 2 minutes. And the next thing you will hear is like, let's go to my house and have lunch. Like they don't mind. They will just do like that.
They're much more open.
So we call up coffees, whatever. Even when I have a fight with some Italians dude in the street, like the police will come, it's like, this one, you have problem with this one?
You are the
problem. Because everyone end up knowing me. It was nice. It was kind of good. And I'm proud of it. And Sicily is just like a cool place for me. And out of all those, people were just there, like, we arrived in Sicily. We were not very impressed with the Europe we were expecting to see.
Yes, I hear that about Sicily. People who go to Sicily.
That disappointment almost made me kill myself. Because then it brings you back to the journey you made.
2 years, 6 months.
I was expecting some tech city, something flying cars, nice Spider-Man kind of things, buildings and stuff. And I come see Sicily, dusty, gardens everywhere, cows, donkeys. I was like, hey, almost the same thing I left behind, huh?
Only in a different language.
But then, like, most of the people who arrive, like the Africans and Gambians or whatever, their goal was just to leave that place as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like to get the paper and move.
And then
Okay.
Germany, not Italy, to
Okay.
the nice cities to make
Okay.
the money. Because
Yeah.
for them, Sicily is just a scrap.
Yeah.
I was very calm in Sicily that I never thought of like just packing my stuff and leaving.
Yeah.
Because for me it was just like nice.
Yeah.
I see people, I'm learning,
Yeah.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my salary was not bad.
Yeah.
According to Sicily standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,002, you live like a kind of a little king in
Yeah.
Sicily.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, I was working with Italians who are earning way less than me.
Yeah.
Like 600 per month.
Yeah.
But because my job is translating,
Yeah.
and I get to work with the Carabinieri on time, put the money together, I reach 1,005.
Yeah.
And it was good back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
You pay rent for like 200.
Yeah. Then you have
Food, you can feed yourself the whole month for like 250, 300 if you
Yeah.
manage.
That's why we should move.
Yeah. Pizza you could get for 3 euros.
Actually, that's
Pizza 2 euros. If you go out, you can go out 25 euros
Yeah.
and feed
yeah. It's
6 of your friends.
Yeah.
Sicily is where
Now-
pizza is
now,
from. Yeah.
yeah.
That's it. Is it
I don't know
Naples
if
or-
pizza is from, but I know Sicily actually cooks very good pizza
Yeah.
than Milano.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, way better than Milano. But not only pizza,
Yeah.
pasta, whatever
So
it
the
is.
food in Sicily is better than
Yes,
Milano.
The Milano.
because they
Ooh, okay.
still cook according to the cultural norms. So they don't
traditionally.
leave the tradition. They cook with tradition.
Okay.
Like squeeze the tomato with their hands and whatever.
they do.
So they do it according to what they usually knew.
Yeah, yeah.
So the tradition is still there.
Yeah.
While in Milano they're trying to modernize everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of different.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But with food, Sicily is the best place, and you get it fresh.
Yeah.
Because they can fish. They go fishing. They have gardens like fresh tomatoes,
Yes, yes.
fresh olives.
Yeah.
Everything you want is almost
It's
fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So living there was not like a trauma for me.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
And I was working and I was chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe before you go ahead, I just had thought of something. Are there people who get to the refugee camps and they are turned away? Or, are there people who are not accepted in Europe when you come through that
Through the
path?
process, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I found like kind of like black people, Africans who were not like
Like are there situations where, or is it required that, because I assume the rescuing happens because once you cross into waters that are considered
Yeah,
Italian
international
yeah.
water,
waters,
Yeah.
they're required to
rescue you.
To
To
rescue
rescue you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there people who
Or who do not get there like
Can
appeal
get
accepted,
deported
yeah.
back home.
yes,
Oh, that's it.
yes, or you're rescued
yeah.
and then they're like, okay, you're sent back.
But you're sent back where you
Or-
came from.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Or if
Yeah.
the boat, for example, if something is happening with the boat and
Yeah.
you're at the border of, so let's say international waters, this is Italy, this is still Libya, for
Libya,
example.
yeah.
And you're here, you're just at the border of international waters to go into Italy.
Yeah.
And something is happening to your boat. Even if they can hear your signal, can they come in and rescue even
No.
if you're not in?
You have
They
to
can-
you have to make it first to the international water.
Into the
shit.
So like there's a Libyan water.
Yeah.
You leave that, you go international, and then
Then-
you have the other country. That,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's the international space.
It's
Once
okay.
you're there, they
Yeah.
are.
So
they're
if
allowed
you
to
don't
come.
make it, if your boat something is happening and you've not reached international waters,
Hello.
you can't do anything.
There are a couple of funny stories
Whoa.
because for me, the only time I make it inside the boat to try, that's the only time I did, and that's the
Yeah.
only time I make it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bunch of the other guys just bounce back. We call it.
Oh,
there are
people
people
who went and came
Yes,
back.
and bounce back and come back alive. They did not die then, but they came back because their boat had problem while they are not even out of Libya yet.
Yeah.
Some of them get rescued with the Libyan coast guards. And
Then it takes them back.
hey, funny stories. Funny stories happen to happen.
No.
Because some people think because Libyans are like white as Europeans. Some are even whiter than the Italians themselves. So some people get rescued by this Libyan coast guard, and they end up thinking like they are rescued by the thing, celebrating until they find themselves back to the jail and stuff like that. And then, you know,
And then they're put. Oh, that's terrible.
oh yeah, like so many.
That's terrible.
But these
Yeah.
are the kind of situation that used to keep us very happy because we used to laugh about this stuff.
Yeah.
Because this is the only thing we had at back
Yeah.
then. Because it was bad to the point that we laugh about the small bad stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I was jailed and I escaped, or my boat bounced back and we thought we were rescued by the Italian Coast Guard, but it was
the
Libyan
Libyan
Coast
Coast
Guard.
Guard,
yeah.
They took us to jail. They punished us. They do this. They did that. I was raped. We talk about it every time.
Yeah.
That's why you see me. I cannot. If people feel like I talk about everything,
Yeah.
like I don't hold back everything. I have my own secrets.
Yeah.
But to this thing, I hold no pride into holding some small.
Yeah.
I could just give it away. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
Because
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah, it happens,
Wow.
hits
Yeah.
and bounce off.
Yeah.
For me, it's like that. These are the kind of things you laugh about. and,
Yeah, but within Italy, like let's say you've landed in
You
Lampedusa,
you made it there, yes, yeah.
They process you and then they decide, oh, you're
Bunch
going
of
back
people
home.
were not accepted.
Oh.
Sicily, though, did not have the fund to deport everyone. I would say I never see Sicily deport anyone.
Yeah.
And I was in the police station like quite often.
Yeah.
And most of the situation around my area, I would have known if they are deporting somebody.
Yeah.
But deporting, there is an international law that you have to give them a pocket money, not only flight ticket, a pocket money of 2,000 euros when they arrive in their country of origin as a startup fund. So you cannot deport anyone just empty pocket like that.
So you have to
have every single person have a budget of 2,000 euros.
And
if they claim to as a refugee,
If they have to send you back, that's the process. And they will not go through this process. They will rather just leave you there in the city. So you end up seeing all the brothers like going to the wilderness kind of thing in the bush, building some small tents, living there, which was a horrible situation because you have many Africans who are like many brothers who are living there alone.
I've seen that, and I think this is what comes into mind because it looks like your process was very structured.
Yeah.
But I've seen people living in the outskirts of the city.
Yes.
They show that a lot with small structures, wooden. Some tents, and I wondered what their story is, why it's different. Yeah.
Oh, it was as bad as you imagine it to be. Because it's not like they have the tools to build a good house, first of all. And it's not like when it's raining, they're going to be safe or whatever it is.
And when it's winter,
So usually they will be staying in those kind of places, which was very bad and not healthy at all. And they have this big chunk of bucket, like metal bucket, and they put water and warm it so that they can take a shower.
Yeah.
Like it was that bad. I usually go there time to time with my with the police to go and offer them help and advice. And see what kind of work they could do. So that they could fix them somewhere to have money so that they could leave the place. There were a couple of projects like that, and I've been there like 2-3 times to translate. But it was that bad. Like I read there, I remember the first time I went to that camp in Sicily. That was in Selinunte or somewhere in Sicily, around Trapani region. But it was that bad that I read that the first thing I read, there was a tear coming down my eye. Yeah, it was that bad. Like you see brothers like, not dressing well. You would expect something like that in Libya. Because of the situation, because it's a war. But you would not expect that some of these people, your people in Africa are thinking like you are doing well in Europe.
Oh yes, you're in the
Plus
and
you have the journey they've gone through
yes. And you end up seeing people like just going to the worst side in Europe itself. And but some of them were just there and they were feeling happy. For most people, when they're there with a group of people, they feel happy, they feel at home, so they don't worry about the situation. You from the outside though, your heart would melt the moment you see that. You are not living there, you see them living like that, you think they're dying, but for them is this is it. We just manage. And they already get training from Libya, so they're kind of cool with it a little bit at some extent, But there are a bunch of people who did not get their request accepted, so which means they cannot leave the country, and they are stuck in Sicily. So they even have to keep doing like campaign work, working in the gardens, and you get paid 3 euros per hour, kind of thing. So it was bad. In Sicily, the payment, like I think they took a lot of advantage of us arriving, many of us not having papers. Though, like these gardeners and stuff, they will make sure you work and get 3 euros per hour. Or sometimes 2. You see, even people paying 1.5 or 150. And so you to make money or living out of that, it was pretty hard. Or like that.
And so then what motivated you to move, to leave Italy? Was it...
Well,
but did you leave Sicily first?
No. I spent most of my times in Sicily. I stayed there, as I said, never worried once to leave the country. I always wondered, like, when would I go and just see the other side of the world? I heard this Germany is nice city, tech city. Switzerland was never the country I considered before because I knew Zurich, but I didn't know Switzerland. That was uninformed I was. But I never felt like the need to leave Sicily instantly. For me, it was more like, it's good here. Let me just chill. Let me just relax. Let me just see what to do next. And usually I don't like doing stuff, not even having a little plan. It may be a stupid plan, but I like my plan. I usually go along with my plans very well. So what I was chilling there, like walking, and I knew people. I was going, and that's to the time that, and then I started dating my wife. And then that's the time we got married, and then she's also half Swiss and half Italian. and she did all of our time studying in Switzerland.
Yeah.
She was like, I think I cannot live here. I'm gonna go there, but
Yeah.
if you want, you can come with me.
Yeah.
Back then, I was working, and it took me like a year plus for me to quit my job to come and join her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah. It was
that's-
quite the run.
Yeah.
That's a journey.
That's a
Yeah,
journey.
yeah,
I feel
yes.
like I've watched the
That
whole
is a journey.
movie. Like, yes.
Hey.
That's such a journey.
we should make a movie out of it.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, 'cause
Actually.
that is
This is it's not even a joke, but if I tell you the things that happens, like you will not even believe this
Yeah.
happened between Africa. The wars even happen within Africa. It's not like outside of Africa. I'm telling you, I've dealt with European racism kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
In Italy, if you know them well, you know that they will not hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that thing.
Yeah.
They are not bad people, but from the first time they meet you,
Yeah.
they will just throw the
Yeah.
stuff at you.
Yeah.
They're like that.
Yeah.
But once you get to know them personally,
Yeah.
then they will defend you against the whole world. They're
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
For me, they are like that.
Yeah.
It's not Switzerland here. People are very nice with their race. It's like, Kritz,
Yeah.
negro.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
very polite. You,
They're polite
you
with it.
realize
They're
an
educated.
hour later, you're like, I think I was insulted.
Switzerland are kind of
Sure.
educated kind of people.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
but Italy are kind of like free kind of soul. So
Yeah.
they just do it.
Yeah.
But if you get to know them, it's different. They want to share time with you, coffee with you, talk
Yeah.
to you, invite
Yeah.
you elsewhere.
Yeah.
It was different. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I see wars within Africa, especially North Africa.
Yeah.
I will never advise anyone like to just go to that place and to unless you have a huge protection to go with.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you go there dress neat and whatever or dress like the rest of the immigrant. I
Yeah.
think they're just gonna treat you bad.
Yeah.
That's my judgment, and this is not me talking shit about them. I've met good people there.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you are talking about generality,
Yeah.
most of them don't like you. Most of them will not treat you well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fixed. And they can be very brutal about it too.
Yeah.
So
That's-
maybe
that's great.
verbally is one thing, but
Yeah.
physically,
If you're physically brutal,
Yeah.
and yeah,
it's something else.
even
yeah.
kidnapping and
Kidnapping was the least you could get. Kidnapping was good.
Was
Yeah.
a good option.
Kidnapping was a very good option. At least they get to feed you for a little while.
yeah,
You know, but if they don't beat you on top of the kidnapping,
you're
the
having
only
it
thing I
easy.
used to pray, I remember for myself, is not to share this kind of situation with any lady. Because I did not even want to see lady. When I
Yeah.
see lady and we are in the same situation, my mind is like, woman here, man. Like, I don't want to see women here, man.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what will happen to them. And I
Oh,
grew
yeah,
up having
yeah.
pity for
Yeah,
women.
yes,
Because
yes.
I've seen my mom trying to hold us up, like, as a kid. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I
Yeah.
got her, it
So
was
it
bad.
just, yeah.
yeah,
So I grew up having pity for women because my goal as a kid was I've always been like to help, just put my mom to the place she deserves to be, you know, kind of thing. And then you go elsewhere and see the guy with his wife, kids, whatever, and everything that has happened to them. Some I cannot even say here because, you know, they're as bad as
yeah,
you are imagining right now.
Yeah.
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 If you were to meet a young kid in Gambia when you go back to visit, and they tell you that they what would you advise them about? Because you can empathize and understand why they want to leave.
Yeah, no, I
You can see why. But what would you tell them about exiting? Like, how would you prepare them? Like, what would you tell them?
For me, I think I will never stop anyone to take it because I think this road taught me personally a lot. Like me being fast to connect 1 and 2 and to make my way through into stranger's country and just build something from nothing. It's all built up from the road I came from. So there is a lot to gain in kind of your inner self. But there is a lot of struggles to go with. So you are never going to leave your country thinking to be treated the way you were in your own country.
Yeah.
You should come out thinking like, it's going to get worse than I could ever imagine. And if you get less than that, you won. But imagine the worst always in this world. Yeah. You can never leave the country thinking like holding some kind of privilege. Like, I'm a human being, I have this right, I have this thing. It will not work.
Yeah.
People don't care. People are heartless. People are struggling. Some people are frustrated.
Yeah.
And they will pour it down all on you
Yeah.
for that reason.
Yeah.
So for me, any advice I would give to anyone who wants to take on this journey, I would say go for it. For men, I would say go for it because for men it's bad, but I think it's even worse for women, which does not happen very often because you don't see too much ladies like guys in the road.
Yeah.
But in ladies, we all know how guys think of ladies generally. You know how this stuff, and a guy sees opportunity like they can take advantage of you, of course they will.
Yeah.
And they have done that to the best level possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was that crazy. But for a guy, if you want to go for the education side, like to know what pain is, because some of us need to know pain in order to make something with our lives. Because we have been bumped with information from school to the point that we don't even know where to move, Jackie. Some of us finish school. You learn English language. Now, one teacher is not teaching 8 subjects, but you as a child, you learn 8 subjects a day. Kind of thing, or 6, whatever. You learn a bunch of it. At the end of like 18 years of attending this school, you are not qualified in English language. You are not qualified in mathematics. You are not a professional in geography. You don't know nothing. You cannot even write a quite good sentence of none of these subjects that you spend your whole life learning about. It's a time wasting.
Yeah.
Now I come to Switzerland. I'm studying rail engineering.
Yeah.
And we only have 3 subjects.
Yeah.
One is about Swiss law, which is Abu, and then we have Gleisbau work, and we have Strassenbau. Strassenbau is the one who built the street and stuff.
Yeah.
But they connected because you have to know about their expertise a little bit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your work touch each other.
Yeah.
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 So you have to know both sides. These are the only 3 we are learning.
Yeah.
And in every 1.5 hour, we take a break. We only have 1 break in Gambia.
Yeah. There's
Done.
Yeah.
The rest information popping in your brain.
Yeah.
Now let's just be right. It's gonna kill everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we end up growing up not knowing what to do with our lives, how to make money. No one ever taught us what is money. No one ever taught us how to generate money, how to do business. You never know. You know nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, coming out, my eyes get open because I get to see different human beings, different people making money along the way. Even I was to come in because I had the time to sit in many places.
Yeah.
I get to see what I could do to make money to move.
Yeah. Yeah.
So which was pushing me to go to places to see what they're doing. So this was like information I was getting.
Yeah.
I was not conscious about it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
happening all subconsciously.
Yeah.
But the time I took a time and come and things were easy.
Yeah.
Now I realize even if I go back to Africa, I could make things out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
just being resourceful. You can
Yeah.
make anything happen.
Yeah.
And I think this is the kind of thing many men in Gambia will need right now. Because I've met with my brothers and cousins and I could feel what they're going through.
Yeah.
Although it makes me like feel very bad that I cannot even convince them to change it vocally because they will not even get the message. That's another struggle.
Yeah.
Like the point of view I will talk about, they will be like, Gambia is hard, man, there is no money. I was like, yeah, don't look for money.
Yeah.
Look for something that bring money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you keep saying it this way, it's like it end up being like you are telling them like they are not doing nothing. They are not doing enough.
Yeah.
So they take it like a kind of like a attack.
Yes.
But I understand they are not doing it out of their own will. They don't
Yeah.
get what you're saying, so they will not
But
get
they
it.
also
Yeah.
haven't seen different, so
Yes,
they don't
yes.
know.
They
You
don't
can tell
know.
them different, but
Yeah.
they can't
Yeah.
understand this thing you're telling them.
Yes.
They don't know different.
They will not take it. Man.
Yeah.
They will not take
This
it.
is what they say about there are things in life you have to learn
You
yourself.
have to learn yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I swear to God, I would repeat this journey again, not to go to Europe
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
If the motivation is like, I want to make it to Europe, I will never take this road. But
Yeah.
if the motivation is only to challenge life,
Oh yeah.
to test my limit,
Yes. Yes.
you know, somehow bad things have happened in front of me. I've seen people
Yeah.
lost their lives and
Yeah.
stuff. You have to say at some point you feel like you are chosen for something.
Yeah.
Because I did not make it alive because I'm great, I'm
Yeah.
wise or
Yeah.
whatever. People came with bunch of money. They spent 2 weeks from Gambia, the way I was planning,
Oh, the people
to
who did
Europe
it.
and end
Yes.
up in the water and died.
Yeah.
True.
Because they have money.
Yeah.
I spent 2 years, but I still make it in.
Yeah.
So it was not like based in money or whatever.
Yes, yes.
It's based in just who is chosen to make it through.
Yeah.
Who died this way, who died that way.
Yeah.
It was the all mixed up.
Yeah.
A bunch of these ladies arrive in Europe with mixed looking like babies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Italy we have a bunch of them. We name them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. We make naming ceremonies for them. We look at them. Some of them I know. Most of the ladies come here pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they all of this stuff happened back in Libya
In Libya.
and Algeria, between
Yeah.
those 2 countries.
Yeah.
If you love your own, I think some things are gonna be broken in you, and
Yeah.
yeah. But you, as a man, I think you should always take it on, challenge it. I'm not saying specifically this journey. I'm not saying this journey, but
find
I
ways
see
to challenge yourself.
To challenge
find
yourself.
way to go out there and challenge yourself and test your limits. And usually in Gambia, you will hear people talk about like, oh, you know, if you have to die, you cannot escape. You will die anyway. I was like, yes, take that opportunity then. Since you're going to die, you know that you're going to die no matter what you do. You cannot dodge death. then go out. At least don't die poor.
Yeah.
Go out there, see what you can do, what your body is capable of doing. Maybe some of us will never even find out what we are capable of inside.
Yeah.
Because you have never been guided well to know. And if you don't push yourself out there to see, you will never know.
Yeah.
You will end up being like this waiting, And Africa is well known for waiting for people from Europe to send them back money to marry a wife, and then money again to naming ceremony.
Yeah.
It's hard.
One day we're going to talk about this money thing. Knowing as hell.
But this is all because people most of them cannot do it for themselves.
Yeah.
They want it, they know they have the spirit inside them to do big stuff. But now it's how.
Yeah.
That's the question.
They've not been tested.
They've not been tested.
To a way where they make their way.
And some things inside you can
Yeah.
only come out once you suffered enough. They can never come out when you are in your comfort zone or things are going well. You will never know some things that you are capable of doing.
Yeah, I guess in life that's true in general.
Yeah,
Like
it's
when
general-
you're
it's general,
in
it's
your,
like that,
you don't in your comfort zone. You don't learn.
You don't learn.
You don't learn.
You
Discomfort is what
Discomfort is that space.
It's
of
what pushes you. Yes.
It brings ideas to your brain
Yes.
continuously. You start looking for ways, scanning the place.
Yeah.
Now I have this habit that wherever I go to any place that I've never been before, I don't look at people. I look at area first. After areas, I start learning about people.
Yeah.
While talking, while engaging, while doing. But I have this habit of scanning the areas, looking which way, looking for escape way. You always have to know that.
Safety.
Yeah, like
you have to think safety first.
It's inside me. I cannot even help it to just put it aside. It happens like it for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
How many languages do you speak?
Oh, I speak Fula, I speak Wolof, I speak Mandinka, I speak Italian, I speak English, and I speak German now.
Yeah.
And then I speak like a little bit of Bambara. Because, so there are a couple of languages I have.
Yeah.
But most of it, I just know how to, even other languages that I cannot speak well, I just
you
know
do
how
that
to,
quick.
How to put it
join them
together.
together.
Yeah.
Like Yara is a Fula.
Yeah.
Fula is there. We have Gambian Fula, but there are different kind of Fulas.
Yeah.
So the ones in Niger speak kind of different. The ones in different places speak different. Gambia and Guinea. Yeah.
Okay.
So I speak quite a language.
What a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ali, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
good.
for taking time
It's
to.
so amazing.
Yeah, it's
to
my
tell us
pleasure.
the
It's my
story.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we maybe for for context, we've known you for a couple of years now
Yes.
since
Yeah.
moving to Switzerland,
Yeah.
and we knew you had a story to tell, but we've had that privilege of hearing it from you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Well, I'm happy
Yeah.
to give it away here for
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, for the
are
first
doing, you guys are
time.
doing well.
Thank
Trust me, I go to Gambia. I don't talk about this stuff.
Yes.
One thing I don't like is people showing me pity.
Yeah.
I don't like
Oh,
pity.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
hate
Oh, yeah, you've
pity
said
on
that
my
before.
side. No, I
Yeah.
don't like pity.
Yeah.
So usually I will not give people usually the thing like to tell me and go like even
Yeah.
young, like I did not tell her everything about the story.
Yeah.
Because she have the habit of going, oh baby, that kind of thing. And that thing kind of like itch me like, hey, don't do that. You know, don't go there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why I did not tell her. But I told her like I will
Yeah.
come here and I will say it
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Because
No,
here
but
we can
you-
discuss about it.
Yeah, that's
normal,
true.
and learn about
That's
it, and that's
true.
what
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah, and hope people
Yeah.
learn about it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also, as I was saying, for us from Kenya, this is not a side of
Yeah.
The kind of stuff
that experience. We don't know the
Yeah.
side of the experience.
Yeah.
Maybe, as you say, maybe for people from Sudan, from.
I've never met a
but
Kenyan
most-
actually. Yeah, over
Yeah.
there.
You have?
I've never met
Yeah,
them.
because for us, it's, I don't know, I guess there's other ways, there's other journeys we take, but it's not, usually it's not the West African one, the one for the boats. It's something that I've only seen on TV.
Oh,
Yes,
West
yes,
And
yes.
I've always been like, I don't really want to understand what's happening there. And I think also gives a sense of, people don't make this journey out of, just for the fun of it. Like
Yeah.
these
Yes,
things
yeah.
at home
Yeah.
are really, really bad.
Yeah.
For people to make this journey. But I mean, it shows as human beings, you always want the best for yourself. You also want
Yes.
the best for if you ever have people coming after
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
You always
Yeah.
want the best
Yes.
for them.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things you say that was really pivotal, as you said, is people find a way. Maybe the message here is to challenge yourself.
Yes,
Find
yes,
a
yes,
place
yes,
to
yes.
I would
challenge
say
yourself.
all the challenge yourself
Yeah.
because all of us we are darker inside than we will ever know.
Yeah.
For example, like you see yourself from the outside, you don't see what's in you,
Yeah.
so you don't know what you carry in the whole
Yeah.
day going around
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah.
That's the mentality I kind of go up with.
Yeah.
Every one of us, I think, we have some geniusness in us
Yeah.
as a human
That's
being.
true.
Yeah.
But it can never come out just because of you are here drinking coffee, chilling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to go through something.
Yeah.
The things you guys achieve, for example, today, this is just the fruits of the sacrifice of studying the whole day, learning about things, thinking that you're gonna fail, the panic, the struggle, whatever, to reach this stage you guys are today. You know? So this is the challenging. Doesn't have to be like going through Libya and kill yourself. You just do something that is very uncomfortable.
Get out of comfort zone.
Do something that is very uncomfortable for you.
True.
It's gonna force the mind to start bringing on ideas.
Yeah.
Then you start realizing you are not alone.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
Yeah. Challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself.
As they say, we are all gods, so
Yeah.
just do it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
guys welcome.
Thank you,
Ah.
Ali.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
I don't think it's recorded.